Real talk, the metaphor messiah, man. I got this one. Let's go. You ever seen the morning star? Mr. Metaphor Messiah, back to show you who we are. I represent a legacy, a pothead like the 70s, a different kind of mind. They say we only speak in melodies. Legend in the game, I think I found a solution. Got a crazy kind of flow, I need a verbal.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dead on Dave coming at you live from Germany. That's right, almighty Deutschland. Here I am live for your very, very special Dead on Dave live viewer questions and a whole lot more. There's so much going on tonight as far as things that are just absolutely irritating the balls off of me. I'm exhausted. My mouth still hurts from last night. The end of the Carolina Reaper. The Carolina Reaper time on Dead on Dave Productions is officially past. It's gone. It's over. It's bye-bye. Out the window. See you later. Bye-bye, Charlie. Don't you come back. No more, no more, no more, Jack. All of that good stuff. It's gone. We will be opening a new era in pain and punishment for Dead on Dave tonight, which we'll talk about that a little bit later on in the show if it becomes applicable. But as you guys know, the channel has changed. It's evolved a little bit since the inception of Dead on Dave Productions. We've always talked about more than just wrestling, but wrestling has been the crux. But we've always talked video games, pop culture, basically anything that's in my solar system, essentially, and one of the things that has become very prominent in my life is YouTube. YouTube not just being a content creator, but also having a show with Catch 33 with KolossalisCrazy and Tommy C. I am much more invested into the daily ongoings of YouTube than I ever have before in my life. So it's something that I'm constantly talking about. I'm constantly thinking about. So Dead on Dave Live has become more of a show that talks about that. And while we still talk about wrestling on Dead on Dave Live, we have other shows that are still just wrestling. Like tonight, I'll be live for your SmackDown review. So what does this all mean? Well, yes, something got into my craw once again today in the old YouTube world. And you know what? Sometimes if you're going to take a swing, you might as well take a swing at the biggest guy on the block. And of course, this one is all about the one and only PewDiePie. And we're going to talk about PewDiePie in just a moment. But first, I want to say a big thank you to everybody who's here live with me. Brace 110, Roadland, Tambo Computing, Nine House, C-Man, The Gaming, Fault, Makad, Tambo Computing, Super Rising Storm, D-Rock, Nick Aswal is here, Real Talk Metaphor Messiah, who did my intro music, Morning Light, which you can find over on SoundCloud for free. Real Talk Metaphor Messiah, go check that out. Savage Cabbage, fantastic name. Do It for the Views, Unlucky Schmucky, Sleeping Angels, so much more. Thank you guys, everybody that is here. We do appreciate it. Let's get to PewDiePie. And what did PewDiePie do to upset the ever so chill Dead on Dave? Well, I'll tell you. PewDiePie is the biggest YouTuber on the planet. 52 million subscribers. He's a millionaire. And in recent times, he has gotten very controversial with his content. He's gone from being a cute Swedish gamer to an older, still aggravatingly cute Swedish pseudo drama channel. Nothing wrong with this, of course. He can do whatever content he chooses, say whatever he likes, and basically do whatever he likes, as long as he owns it. Today, old poods make a video simply titled, In My Defense, wherein he just basically whines for 11 minutes about the media being out to get him, which in fairness is half true. They are out for him, no doubt, but they are more than likely not out to get him. They just want views that are associated with his names. And as long as he provides stories to them with his edgy content, well, it's tough shit there, Buttercup. You're giving them the stories to run with. Now, whether or not the context, that's a different thing altogether. The fact is, you're the man. You're the big guy on the block, and sometimes people will come after you. That is just how it is. That's hard life in the city. In this video, he goes on and on about how these media outlets, most of which, to be fair, can barely be called media outlets, make articles about him when he does something stupid, which overall I think is fair. It's what we do. We call out people for stupidity. It's perfectly fine. You do something stupid, then yes, you are open to criticism in any form that it comes in, be it clickbait form or just a fat guy in a basement talking on YouTube. That's me. Hi. He talks about how people talk about the things he says and forms their own opinions and context to it. How he deems that as unfair and everything he says is just part of his humor. Well, here's the thing. Jokes can be just that, but when you make a joke, the instant you say it, the instant it leaves your mouth, it's no longer yours. It's the people's. They get to hear it and determine how they feel about it. And if you didn't provide enough context at the time of the joke to provide proper defense for yourself, in most cases, you've already lost, because going back later looks like damage control and nothing more, especially when you're as big as the Pewds is. Now, keep in mind, and this is important, that none of this is his responsibility, but it sure the fuck is his problem, because at any time, as you're seeing now, it can all come back and bite you right in your Swedish little ass. Now let's talk about the two big things that all of this is revolving around. Two major things have happened with Felix as of late, by the way, neither of these really have any context. Of course, the 18 N-word, yeah, you see how I said it, N-word, and death to all Jews. Let's start with 18 N-word. This is stupid. No question at all. It's obviously a joke, right? Sure, but joke or not, it's a word that carries weight whether you think it should or not. Which, by the way, he actually says in his own defense video, if you could fucking believe that. At one point, he says, and I quote, "I'm not going to use the N-word anymore because I know it's wrong and I know that word makes people crazy." That's basically what he said. You see, right there, PewDiePie, you just nullified your entire argument, Felix. The entire argument gone. Because if you know that, and you already feel that way, but say it anyway, simply because it's your humor, well, then there's context. It's a selfish context. You're being an asshole. You only care about your own amusement, despite the fact you just admitted that you know what that word does to people. And you adhere to that thought process enough to where you swear you're not going to use the word anymore. Argument defeated. Now, all you're doing is crying, "It's time to move on, Mr. Swedish man." All right, let's get to death to all Jews. He goes on Fiverr, for those of you who don't know, and gets these poor-ass Indian folk who, to be fair, they put themselves on Fiverr and says, "We'll basically do anything for $5. We'll write something on a sign and we'll dance around. We'll put on our Indian costumes and So he tells them to write "death to all Jews" and subscribe to Drama Alert and all kinds of stuff. Now, admittedly, I don't have too much of an issue with that in and of itself. It's clearly a joke. And honestly, the people that carry out that request, for me, do hold a majority of the responsibility since, they are on a computer. They're not getting that request via fucking Dixie cup. They are on a computer. They have access to Google Translate and they can find out what any word has a meaning to. There is no ignorance when it comes to word usage anymore. There's really not. You can look up any word, doesn't matter where you are, if you have a computer, which they obviously do because they're getting a request through fucking Fiverr. So they have access. Still, that's not the point. Felix, you hold some responsibility here. And I think he knows that, and I'll get on that in a second. He holds some responsibility here because since, again, you admit that you did this for your own amusement and really nothing more. So that's, again, you provided context and you did something shitty that could obviously get another creator in trouble. Big shocker, it did, as these guys are now banned from their site, from their action. Now, I do know that in the last 24 hours, he did make a tweet to Fiverr asking for these guys to be reinstated, and that's great. In fact, he said, I should be removed from Fiverr, not them. That's a great thing to do. Too bad it took you 4 days to do the right thing. But all of what I just said, actually every word I just said, I don't really have too much of a problem. What I actually have a problem is this. Today, PewDiePie spent 11 minutes crying about context and being targeted and such in a video he knows will get at least 1 million views, if not a hell of a lot more. And you just glossed over this situation, barely even referencing this guys, not even giving them their name in the video. You could have and probably should have called on Fiverr in this video to make this right. You have the clout and you can certainly make the difference. But instead, you use that time to make justifications about your sense of humor. Which brings me to my final point. At what point do you lose the benefit of the doubt when it comes to context and people deciding that you're being racist, hateful, or malicious? Because for every once that they hit a certain amount, once they hit a certain amount of infractions, all the justifications in the world stop mattering and you just become the words that you're saying and the actions that you're doing. Because the reality is, even if you choose to not believe or buy into the beliefs of others on words or actions, which you actually state in the video that you do, you at the very least at some point have to understand the scope and breadth of your celebrity. What you do carries weight all of the time, and that's part of fame. That's part of being Mr. YouTube. You don't get to pick and choose when that status applies. We do, as the consumer, the people watching your videos. Maybe you're right. Maybe everybody's right. Maybe words shouldn't matter. But as we know, words only take on the meaning that we as a society place upon them. And if you choose to be edgy, then you must also accept the ramifications, critique, and bullshit hassle that comes your way. It is absolute bullshit, but you have to be able to accept it and not go on and cry for 11 minutes about how the world is out to get you. Jesus Christ, suck it up, Buttercup. You know, I know this for a fact. You know how I know? Because I know the backlash that I'm probably going to receive for talking about you. I know your fans may see this and they are going to come and throw copious amounts of shade at me, even though I never once attacked you personally in this video. Not one time. I merely went after your points of contention, but that won't matter. Why? Because of the size of your celebrity. I'm fully aware of that and I accept it, even welcome it, because I understand that this is how it works. And I do the thing that I wish you will do from here on out. I own it. Make your content and drive on, because we know none of this shit that you cried about in that 11 minutes is hurting your brand. Not one of it. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. And that's the fucking reality. And that's okay. That's okay. Move the fuck on. That's it. So there you go. That is my take on this whole PewDiePie situation. I hope you guys appreciate and understand where I'm coming from with it. I have nothing against Felix. I think that, it's great that he has 52 million views. He beats ass. He does what he does. That content's not for me, but my daughter used to love it. She doesn't like it as much now that he's gone into a different area, but it is what it is, and it's completely fine. More power to him. I'm glad that he's rich. His success is good for all of us. It keeps YouTube relevant. He is Mr. YouTube. We don't know if YouTube would be where it is without a PewDiePie. So I have nothing against PewDiePie as a person. I do have a problem when he does this type of stuff, because my biggest issue, and you guys will always know this to be true about me, is when you don't own who you are. If you don't own the things that make you, make you a content creator, whatever your content is about, and sometimes that just means ignoring the fuck out of all the bullshit that comes your way, well, then you're full of shit. And then you have to take a look at all the content that you do and really reevaluate if it's for you. So that's my thought. That's my thought on it. So Brace110 says, understanding what the word means doesn't mean that you're a hypocrite if you joke about it. No, see, completely missing the point. Completely missing the point, Brace. It's not about, if you're making the choice to use the word, even though that you understand and you accept how it makes others feel, and you're doing it out of selfish reasons because it's your sense of humor, fuck those people, even though you're now admitting that you're never going to use it because you don't want to make those people feel that way, that does make you a hypocrite. Of course it does. It makes you just doing damage control. It's the fucking textbook definition. I don't know. All right. So there you go. That's all I got on that. So let's turn it over to you guys. We're going to open up the phone lines on Skype. David Vancura, DavidVancura. And of course, the number 702-751-2902. You can talk about this topic or anything else that comes across your little minds. I want to hear from all of you. Now, we're also going to be taking stuff on Discord, which is in the description box. And I will go ahead and put the link in the chat as well. and you guys can call in there. I don't have a problem with that either. But I do want to tell you about another thing that's going on the channel. Like I said at the beginning of the show, the time of the Carolina Reaper is over. We finally ate all of the Carolina Reapers. They're gone. Thank you guys for all the support with that. It was a hell of a time. We concluded in epic fashion last night with 3, count them, 3 Carolina Reapers, and it sucked shit. It was horrible. However, when life closes the door, it opens a window, and through that window came a package today. Because I'm stupid, we ordered this. This is Instant Regret Super Hot Chocolate. Now, this shit sucks. You can see right there, 6.4 million Scoville units. D-Rock donated $10. This could be worth 620,000 Scoville units. Yeah, it could be. No, in fact, it could be worth 6.4 million Scoville units. That's how many Scoville units it means. On the back of this, it has a whole bunch of words. Let me read you what it says on the back of this because it's amazing. This bar contains absurdly high amounts of chili and is likely to cause a horrendous burning sensation. It really is supremely hot. Do not put in direct contact with your eyes or sensitive organs. That means don't put your dick on it because that's the only one that you can put on it. I'm not putting my dick on this. If pain persists, bathe entire body in fresh goat's milk and cry. Then seek medical advice. So, with all of that, the whole thing was, how are we going to do this? What are we going to do with this? Obviously, I'm not just going to nom. That's not happening. So, what we decided is Russian roulette style. Now, I'm going to open this thing so you can see that these are all marked. Oh, no, these are all plain. The other ones are marked. Okay, so these are all plain. You can see they just look like chocolate. That's it, right? And you will also notice that a piece is broken off. Why is the piece broken off? Well, because it's Russian roulette style here on Dead on Day Productions, and you will see they are right there. You see there are 10 pieces of chocolate wrapped in tin foil. 4 of these is that line that you saw broken off. 4 of them are there, and 6 of these are regular old chocolate. So here's how it works. From now on until all of this chocolate is gone, and we got a hell of a lot of it, every time we reach $150, yes, I'll explain why in a moment, $150 in donations, we will go ahead and whoever makes that donation that gets us to the 150, or maybe even the largest donation, probably to the 150, they will pick a number. You will pick a number, whatever number you want. I didn't wrap these. The copious wife did. And she even tried to fool me a little bit, so I can't try reaching around because the regular chocolate has a star pattern on them. So if I wanted, I could try to feel. But she wrapped it in a way that I couldn't even do that. So 1 through 10, you guys pick the number, and we go ahead and do our thing. That's at $150 in donations. So we already got 10 tonight. So that means 140 more, and we'll squeeze the trigger and see what happens. Now, I know what some of you are saying right now, more than likely. You selfish prick, how dare you make it $150? And maybe you're right. Here's the thing, and it's important to keep this in mind. I'm fucking terrified of this. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it even a little. I'm mortified. Absolutely fucking mortified of this. And I don't want to do it. So if you guys want to see this, because this was a requested thing that I do, then you're going to pay for it. Because I'm going to fucking pay for it. I'm petrified. So the $150 only counts to this show, and then it starts over on the next show. Now, all that being said, at some point, if it never gets to that, I'll probably do it like in a 2-part show or something like that. We'll see. Or maybe even a night. So if we get it, we're doing 2 shows tonight, this one and SmackDown. If we get to 150 during that time, then I'll probably still do one. But remember, there is only a 4 out of 10 chance that it has the 6.4 million Scoville unit chocolate inside of it. The other 6 have regular chocolate. So you never know what's going to happen, but it's going to be insane either way. Either way. So it's pretty insane. Somebody said my mic is so quiet. It's not registering as super quiet, but interesting. Maybe you just have your volume down because you're the only one who's saying that my mic is so quiet. But here, we'll turn it up a little bit for you. All right. How's that, baby? Can you hear my voice now? Can you hear my voice now? First, last. Pretty high considering it's less than 50% chance of him hitting it. You don't have to eat it. You don't have to donate. People wanted me to do it, so that's how we're going to do it, all right? And here's the thing. It's the exact same odds as any of those Bliss or Burn games that you'll see. It's the exact same odds, so it's not that big deal. Are you going to swallow it? It's chocolate. I don't have a choice. It's going down. It's going down. And remember, it's 6.4 million Scoville units. That is almost 3 times the amount of a Carolina Reaper chili pepper. So, I don't know. Okay, apparently the volume was okay, and now is it too high now? All right, so we'll turn it back down a little bit. All right, so there we go. I think we're fine now. I think it was okay in the first place, but now maybe it's even a little bit more. I don't care if it's a lot of money. You don't have to donate. You don't have to donate. All right, so let's go ahead and open up on Discord or Skype, and I will close Skype if people are not coming in. So, there we go. JB donated $5. That's 15 on the night. So we'll keep a running tally of that. I appreciate your donation. Thank you very much. And it'll be fun. And you know what? If is 150 too much, babe?
I don't know. Maybe not.
All right, maybe we'll do 100 then. Fuck, someone's gonna donate $100 and it's gonna be your fault. $100 and I'll do a poll because maybe you guys are right. Maybe you guys are right. Maybe it is too much. We'll see. Let's go ahead and start taking some calls. We do have a call on Skype. Let's go ahead and take it. Freezy Pop, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Hey, it's actually Unlucky Schmucky, but
well, I'm just going off your name on fucking Skype, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I change it everywhere. But
what do you got for me, buddy?
I don't want this to be a agreement box, but
right.
I do want to come to PewDiePie's defense just a little bit. Your points are valid, but I do want to defend him a little bit.
Please.
Okay, so when he says that the media is jumping on him, you do have to realize, and he does too, that he is a prominent figure, and anything about him will get views.
Yes, which I stated, yeah.
Yeah, you do that, but in a perfect world, that wouldn't happen.
But we're not in a perfect world. So that argument is null and void. I can't even let the argument go on because we're not in a perfect world. We're not.
I understand that. Yeah. This progresses into my next point.
Okay, continue.
But at what point do we let that go and not try to make everything better? What point do we just ignore how we're going right now and say it's fine?
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Because who says that somebody, I don't know how much that was donated. Someone just says, ah, ha, 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 ha. I don't see a price. There's no price on the screen, I swear to God. But I'm assuming somebody just fucked my ass. I'm assuming I just got ass fucked. I'll check it in a second on Discord. I have no idea. That's the thing, though, isn't it? That it's like, how can you decide for other people when it's time to let it go? I'm assuming you're a white male just like I am. So how is we as a white male have the audacity to tell other people of color who have family members or descendants that have lived through something horrendous, whether they be black, Mexican, Indian, whatever the case may be, that they need to let their fucking hatred or disdain of a word go because we're ready to move on? That's unbelievably fucking arrogant, isn't it? Because words do matter. We place meaning on words all the time. Love, hate, fucking subscribe. All of it means things. So why shouldn't the N-word? Or why shouldn't I? Because it's inconvenient? I don't know if I buy that. I'm not a social justice warrior. I think everybody can firmly fucking agree on that. I say what I want and I back other people up as long as they do what one thing. Fucking own it. I'm not saying PewDiePie shouldn't have said it. I'm saying he needs to shut the fuck up crying about it afterwards. Because that's pointless, especially when you counter your own point in your own video. That's what I'm saying.
Well, when you were earlier, when you were talking about how we as white people can't tell everyone else who's been affected by it to get over, it's called connotation. It's when the word has a meaning that the person takes offense or effect to. But
you don't get to decide the connotation. That's the thing. You don't get to decide how somebody takes it. You don't get to decide that. That's an individual choice. And what happens when things sway, it's because of entire movements, groups of people, large amounts of people. And the reality is still a very large group of people believe that their culture has a little bit of sacredness left to it. That maybe certain words shouldn't be uttered even in jest at certain times, especially by a 52 million subscriber channel, that not all of his subscribers are going to take it in the playful jest that he might have meant it as. So there's always a slippery slope. There's always that argument, which sucks. I agree. It shouldn't be that way. I'm agreeing with you. It should not be this way. But the fact is, it is. And it will always be that way because humans are petty. Humans like to fight. And humans love to make sure that they are right above all else. So it's never going away, ever. And maybe it shouldn't. Maybe that's part of what being human is all about.
Okay, but if, like, in America, that word has a huge connotation toward, you know, people of that race. But in other countries, and I'm not saying every other country is better than America or anything like that, but in other countries like England, if you say that word, it doesn't carry anything. You as a person take offense.
Well, yeah. And you know why? Because that country doesn't have direct ties to that action. I mean, the reality is the reason why African Americans in the United States of America have the most direct fucking like feeling about that word is because that is where the most of those incidents took place. So that's where it's going to have the most connotation, most not connotation, most impact, excuse me.
Okay. England literally colonized like 70% of Africa.
But they didn't create the word. They didn't create the word. Where did the word originate? Where did the word originate?
I don't know that. I
do.
would have to look it up. Okay, well, I'll take your word for it. But if you as the person take offense to that, why should you censor someone else? Because
that's the thing. Speaking out against them isn't censoring them, is it? It's just speaking out against them. I don't think people are going to speak out. Nobody's censoring PewDiePie. YouTube's not coming down on PewDiePie and taking his videos down. That doesn't make any sense. Nobody's censoring PewDiePie. They're simply voicing their opinions against things that he's saying. That's just causality, man. That's cause and effect. That should exist. There should always be checks and balances. I don't really understand your point. It seems like you just want to abolish everything and just say, fuck it. You can't do that. That's not how the world works. That's not how people work. Should it? Maybe.
No, I just called in because I kind of wanted to be the devil's advocate. I agree with you on like 90% of the points you came in, but I just didn't want this to become some kind of, you know, I agree with you, Dave. This was an interesting show. Thanks for picking up.
Hey, no, I appreciate it. Look, it's a tough debate because here's the thing. It's a tough debate because I'm not necessarily disagreeing with the points that you're making as far as how it should be. We all know how it should be. But
I agree with that. And I don't think we can ever come close to, you know, a perfect world. And if it is, it's beyond anyone's time scan.
Well, somebody will still have a problem with something. You know, that's the thing. What's perfect? What's a perfect world?
And at this point, probably a giant meteor. I don't know.
But Dossardy is the one who donated $1. Keemstar might be inbred, which explains his retardation. Okay, I thought that was $100, but it wasn't. All right, so that's good. So we're at $16 for the show. Okay, is that all you got, Freezy Pop?
Basically, yeah. If you want to hang up, I
gotta get some other callers.
Fuck, the chat's killing me.
All right, buddy. Look, I applaud you. You took a hard stance on essentially because of the way that hold on, Jesse, shut up. I'll introduce you in a second. You took a hard stance on a topic, and the way that I worded it, it's hard to come back against me because I'm already acknowledging all your points. So you took a hard place, and I applaud you for that. Good shit, man.
Wait, before you let him go, I missed this whole thing, so restart your debate.
Shut up, Jesse. Get out of here, Freezy. Thank you, buddy.
I'm hanging up myself, Pete.
What a cunt, Jesse. All right, so you ruin Tommy's show all the time. Now you want to come and ruin my show. Why?
Because in a weird, chaotic way, like the kaleidoscope I am, I make it better.
Kaleidoscope. I love that you're a kaleidoscope. I will say this, at least I can hear you. I'm sure people can at least hear you.
Oh, that's because you know how to run your show.
Shh. Don't say that.
Tommy's going to be somewhere laughing at that later. Like, God damn it, I knew it.
He's going to punch you in the fucking suckle, Jesse. What's going on, buddy? How you doing?
Smart. I'll ask you for some fucking pointers.
Be better. No, you're fine. Is that a serious question?
What if I'm fine? I'm sexy.
No,
what are you
no,
talking
no,
about?
no. Pointers.
Oh, if you're hard, I'm pointing.
Well, that's a different type of pointer. What's up, buddy? What do you got
No,
for me?
pointers. I don't know, man, you fucking. If you say you hear me, he couldn't. So you're better at your job.
I don't know why I can hear you. I don't do anything. I just maybe my mixer's plugged in, everything. I don't know. I didn't do anything. Oh, there's sexy Jesse. No one else can see him, but I can, and it's getting me hard.
Well, fuck this then. I only do it for my ego.
I will put you on. I'll do it. You want me to put you on camera? I'll put you on camera.
Go restore.
All right, hold on. Let's see. Will you pop up? Nope. Hold on. I gotta add another box. I'm gonna do this whole shebang because Jesse's difficult. I wish I had Jesse's girl, but in this case, I believe that would be your mother, and that's just kind of creepy. So we're gonna move on.
No, I've got a lot of them now.
Are you deep in pussy right now?
No, I've got no. Don't get me in trouble.
I'm just asking a question. I think it was I was very respectful in my use of pussy.
No, I'm a one woman guy.
Well, yeah, okay, but are you deep in that pussy?
Soon.
Give it time.
It's gonna be it's cold where she lives, so I hope so. That's how I plan to keep warm.
Tell me something good. Tell me that you like it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I would do the dubstep version of that song.
Oh God, who would want to fuck to the dubstep version of anything? If you're trying to get into a fucking mode, can you imagine trying to fuck? Who'd like that? That's not fucking sexy.
Well, have you ever tried it to death metal?
No. I've had a lot of sex to a lot of Bon Jovi in my life. I'm just saying, take that for what it's worth. Lots of Bon Jovi, laying a lot of women down on a bed of roses. That is my thing.
Damn. Got me over here like, do it to me, Dave.
It's been a while since you've been here, man. I think the last time that you were actually like on is when I created a show for you, and then you stabbed me in the face.
You created that show for yourself, and I was just
a catalyst. Sack of shit. I created a whole fucking concept away from wrestling for you. You at least
Wait, are you
own
talking
it,
about creators? What are you talking about? Which show?
Live late night shots with J&D. That was for you.
Oh,
yeah.
I just didn't remember the name.
It was a mouthful, to be fair, but so am I. Oh, thank you.
Oh shit! Jesus Christ!
No, I'm just giving you a hard time. I love you.
The Crimson Chin. I swear. See, I told you, I've got the same kind of deal. Not as big as Huffman's, but I'll find a picture with the.
You don't have a.
It's Superman chin.
It's pronounced, but it's not.
There we go. It's not Jeff Huffman bust through your window in the middle of the night because he was looking for you.
Oh, the Rock of Gibraltar is barely fucking Jeff Huffman, though, to be fair. My God. That thing is fucking insane, man.
So I can't tell now how it's getting better. Is it him telling the jokes or his chin?
You never know. He might have Jay Leno syndrome. You never know. It could just be that Jay Leno, kind of Jay Leno thing. Could be. Who knows? Do you have anything of substance?
I think is how he fucked Conan.
Oh, come on. Fuck that shit.
Fuck Conan.
No, you know what? I will agree with the last two words that you just said. Fuck Conan. I'll agree with that. Fuck Conan. Yeah, I lose
subs.
I don't give a shit.
Love Conan. People love Conan.
I like him more now than I did in the 90s, to be fair.
Okay. Yeah. I don't watch him anymore, so whatever.
You're going to bat for the motherfucker? I don't even watch him. Stupid red-haired
I used
tall
to.
giant.
I used to watch him when he used to come out to this shit. You know,
and they do that. Yeah, he was.
And then hey, Max Weinberg, and who gives a fuck? And he's over there.
Play me over, Max. Not my guy. I'm a David Letterman guy. David Letterman guy.
What about Ferguson? Craig Ferguson.
I loved Craig Ferguson.
He's funny.
But I do really, really like James Corden as well. He's hilarious, man. Because he's essentially me. He's essentially me with a music background.
And you're egotistical. That's why you and Tommy get along.
I am. Okay, call me a lot of things, but I am not a fucking egotist. My God. I'm certainly a lot of things. Awful. A cock. Terrible to people. a great lover, but I am not an egotist. You like how I did something egotistical and then said, yeah, see, that was great.
Well, that's how you do it, because that's pure arrogance.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. You got to have a little bit of arrogance. I think look.
I like how you'll never not have that DX shirt behind you.
Why wouldn't I? I caught it from Shawn Michaels' fucking sexy grasp.
Do you understand the legacy behind that shirt, Jess?
I don't think you do. You asked the question, but I think you know that you don't actually know it. You don't feel it. That came from Shawn Michaels'
it'd be like,
hands.
If Shawn Michaels was like on your show, you'd be like, hey, is that one of my shirts? You'd be like, yeah, that was a piece of shit they made me sew back in 2006.
Hey, he signed it, and so did Triple H. It has their actual essence on it, and his sweat particles are probably still there. Come on, man. Come on.
All right. Now you got me. Have you ever sucked on it just to see?
Jesse, come on, dude. Come on, man. I can't admit that on the air, brother. Come on, man.
You got to get it wet so you could see if the salt is still intact.
But the only question is, how do I get it wet? That's the question that'll keep you up.
But then you don't know where the salt came from.
That's true. But you know what? Sometimes you just want to make those salts combine and create a fuck baby of ecstasy in your mouth. And that's what I do.
I'm so healthy now. When I come, it's Himalayan salt. So whatever. No.
By the way, you look fantastic. You really do. You look better than I think I've ever seen you before. You look fantastic, man.
It's all the pizza and shit I eat and the beer.
Well, there you go. By the way, big shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you hit that like button if you've yet to do it. I appreciate everybody who's hanging out. I see Lurkin Ion and her cuntiness up in the chat. I always love to see her. She likes to make me suffer, so it's okay. Mr. Irish is here. I'm sure.
I love a woman who likes to make me suffer.
Yes, you do. Christy Graham. We got a lot more women on the channel now, and I fucking love it, dude. I didn't know I'd bring the women.
It was like 20 years ago.
I showed the picture of myself all the time, like when I was good looking, and now I'm a fucking chud. It's great. Jesse, I got a lot.
You got more personality now. I bet.
I've always had personality. Always. I always punched above my weight class, if you know what I'm saying. Always. Look, I would love to keep you on, and in fact, if you would have told me that you were available, I would have done the entire show with you. But I got a lot of callers I want to get to, and I love you for coming on. I hope you come on more often. All right, buddy?
No, man, this is fun.
It is fun.
Have a good show.
Awesome. All right, man. Take it easy.
I'll be sticking around in the chat.
Sweet. Make sure you check out Jesse J over on Tommy C's SFTP.
Yeah, and go ahead for shits and giggles. You can subscribe to my channel too. I'll be throwing shit on there soon.
Oh, you finally have a channel. That's great. Go check out Jesse J.
Well, it's always there. It's the one I'm on YouTube with. It's the one that I got the wrench.
Oh, well, he's got the wrench on it. So click on his name and throw him a sub. He's gonna be putting some content on there.
I've had 80 subs for like 3 years and nothing on there.
Well, at least you didn't lose subs, so that's good.
Only when I start putting stuff on there will I lose some.
Exactly. All right, Jesse. I love you, buddy. You have yourself a good night.
Have a good one.
Take it easy.
Too.
Good stuff. Jesse J, everybody. Jesse J. It's always nice to hear from that man's because he so fine. Let's take another call. We're going to stay here on the Skypes for a little while. JB, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Am I coming in okay?
You are coming in loud and clear, sir.
Cool, man. Anyways, that whole PewDiePie thing, that's like kind of complicated because, he has a huge fan base, and I think it's like, it's okay because we, like, everybody that's in the, the realm of whoever's viewing your channel and, like, gaming, we grew up on that word, and it doesn't really mean anything to us because, like, if you go on a video game, you're just going to hear anybody say it,
But the funny thing is, those people who are typing it aren't going to say it in public, especially around the people that they know will offend. That's where the bullshit comes in. That's where the bullshit comes in.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, what makes it different for PewDiePie is the fact that he's the biggest YouTuber on the entire platform. And, like, if you take the 50 million fucking viewers he has, there's going to be a huge percentage of them that are going to take offense just because he's the biggest person, So he doesn't have to watch what he says because he's not asking anybody to, like, watch his channel that doesn't like his content. But he can't get mad when news platform covers it.
That's the key. You can't get mad.
You can say whatever you want.
Yes. You just got to own it. Got to own it. That's it. That's all I want from him. I don't want anything else but just simply do your fucking content that makes all those fucking young girls fucking happy. All right? Yeah. Do that shit. And I understand he's changed his content. He is a different creator now than he was before. He's gotten older. He doesn't do the same shit like he used to. Now he's trying to do the more edgy content, and that's completely fine. He has every right to do it, but you've got to own it. That's it.
Yeah. And media's going to ass blast anybody who says anything nowadays, so it shouldn't be really anything new to, especially someone that big, you know.
Well, the funny thing is, the word media has taken on such a different fucking meaning as well. CNN's not reporting it. They don't give a shit. They don't even look YouTube as being like a fucking real platform, so they don't care. It's all of these other platforms that are online. Like, he was reading the names of some of these media outlets that were covering his article, making the articles. Never heard of any of them. Most of them, at least, because they're just startups. They're glorified fucking blogs. Now, yes, some of them have millions of viewers, but most of them are aligned with that ideology of the newspaper anyway. So what does it matter to you? Because they're probably not watching you in the first place. That's why the best thing you can do is continue to make your content. That's it. Make your content. Make your money, make your content, and be happy. That's it.
Yeah. But one thing is about going on to the subject of the whole Fiverr thing. So the Fiverr thing, I think people are looking at it wrong because you got to remember. You got to remember that Fiverr. This is a huge, like, multi-million-dollar corporation, and when you have a huge corporation, you have a board of directors, and all their job is to make, like, milk as much profit as possible,
and protect even if they their brand, protect their money.
Yeah, protect their brand.
Yes.
And if they even lose like a 1% profit margin, they're probably going to be fired and replaced with someone else who says they can do it better. So
very true.
They can't. When there's someone like PewDiePie who has this huge following on YouTube and all these people are watching him, and these people are, their first impression of Fiverr is some fucking Indian saying death to all Jews on a sign, they're definitely not going to stand up for that shit, and they're going to have to remove it. Now, obviously it's not PewDiePie's fault and they got the shit end of the stick. But
well, no, I disagree with that. It is PewDiePie's fault. PewDiePie, look, that's a fucked up thing to do. And he didn't do it to make a political statement. He did it to make himself laugh. He admitted that in the video. That's a selfish reason to fuck with somebody else, because he's got to know that if the possibility happens that somebody actually does one of the stupid fucking things that he asked them to do, he has to know that they're going to suffer for it. He's not going to suffer. They'll suffer. He's got to know that. You can't be that ignorant. You're fucking PewDiePie. You've got to know that that is going to do something to that creator, not you, to them. And that's where I have the problem, because it was an extremely dickhole thing to do. Now, to be fair, again, it took him 4 days, but he did write Fiverr and say, come on, let's put him back on. But I don't have a problem with any of that, and I stated that in the video. I have a problem with the fact that he did an 11-minute video today crying about his own selfish fucking problems and not even mentioning the names of the people that he fucked over. That's what I have a problem with. That's the biggest problem that I want people to take away from.
That is pretty scummy, the fact that he didn't even mention them. And
he's only crying about his didn't mention their names. Did not mention their names. Talked about how it was his sense of humor and all of this. Glossed over the situation. Did not mention their fucking names. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah. And the worst part is, this YouTube drama shit, it gets blown up to such a huge extreme and everybody gets butthurt about it. But in a week or maybe 2 weeks, these guys are going to be forgotten about. Their Fiverr account's still going to be gone.
More than likely.
And yeah, and however much money they're making off those $5 in India, that's probably a lot of money. They're probably making a really good living off of that. So they're probably going to have to go, it's like go work in the hen house or some shit, because this whole Fiverr drama, So
yeah, and why? Because some rich asshole wanted to do something fucking kooky. I mean, look, I do agree that they had a fucking computer. They should be able to fucking Google any word that they're going to put on that sign. That is their responsibility, and I agree with that wholeheartedly. And I believe they should be suspended. Believe it, 100%. But when there's a situation with a high-profile person, that high-profile person, in this case being PewDiePie, has the ability to make a change. And he didn't do that today. And that is my problem. So, there we go.
I'll let you get to another call, Dave. You have a good one.
You too, man. I appreciate the conversation. Have a good night.
Yep.
All right, good stuff. We are taking your calls live on Skype. David Vancura, DavidVancura. And of course, number 702-751-2902. We're also going to go into Discord. Hang out there in Discord, guys. We are coming over there. I just want to get a couple of more callers that are here on Skype because a few more people did. And then I will move over to Discord. So if you're in one, don't be in the other so I can go back over to there as soon as I'm done getting these calls out of the way. So let's go to Edgar Sierra. You're live with Dead on Dave. Oh, what you got?
All right, Dave. Dave, I love you, buddy. I call in every other day, but this is the part where I'm going to have to debate you a little bit.
Bring it, because I'd love to know what you're going to try and do. Understand, if you bring weak shit, I'm going to call it weak shit.
Yes, it's weak. All right. But okay, here's the thing. You, like, with PewDiePie, he's still campaigning for those, Indian Fiverr guys. Like, he's made at least, 3 tweets today about it.
Okay, that's great. That's great. That wasn't my point. Yeah. That's great. That wasn't my point.
In a way, though, the fact that PewDiePie, he just did this edgy joke. Like, he probably would have shown death to all Jews, but then, if the Indian guys didn't do it, he would have shown oh, they didn't do it after all. Because, I mean, in fairness, he did tell a woman, hey, can you draw me a penis on a math graph?
And she told them no. And she told him no.
Yeah, she told him no. That's, to be fair to Pewds, he did actually expect, nobody would do something this crazy.
Okay, but why does that matter when you're putting that out there? You being who you are as PewDiePie, doing something that you know that if the person does do it, if a situation just like this where the person doesn't know English, doesn't know what you're asking to say, is desperate for money, goes and puts it up, that could harm that person. Why fucking do it? Other than just your selfish fucking desires to have a laugh. That's fucking wrong.
Well,
that's
to be fair though, other people laughed too. Tommy laughed about it.
It's funny. I laughed about it. It's funny.
You laughed about it too.
But that's funny. But I'm not the one. But that's not the fucking point of it. The point is, you as a creator, you as somebody who has that much influence, fucking doing something that could adversely affect somebody else for no other reason than to make yourself laugh is inherently wrong. That's essentially, that's me being a 52 million YouTube subscriber. Let's just throw out a number, 52 million. All right. Me paying you, you're on the street, you're a bum, right? You're a bum and you're holding a sign, we'll do anything for $10, right? That is essentially the same as me paying you money, $10, to take a sign says F N-words into the center of Harlem. Now, there's differences in scope of what could happen to you physically, but what happened to them financially is very similar in what could happen to you physically if you did something that's stupid. Let's say that you're illiterate. Let's say that you're illiterate and you didn't know what was on that sign, just like they didn't know what was on that sign. Is that right?
Okay, Dave, I can understand where you're going with this point, but that's a bit wrong.
It's the exact same thing, except for the consequence. Except for the consequence, it's the exact same thing. And even the consequence is the same, it's just ramped up.
No, here's where it's different. They are literate, for one, and for two, the only reason why they don't know what Jewish people are is because there's such a tiny minority. They're not even 1%.
Google Translate. Tommy C was fucking conversating with them in Discord or something, and they were using Google Translate to talk in English. That's not correct. That's not right. That's not being able to understand what they're doing. All right. And look, I said it in the video too, and you're taking the fucking you're trying to skew the argument to something that I wasn't even arguing against, but you're forcing me to take that argument because you're going that way. But like I said, they do have onus. That's not the point of the argument. The point of the argument is what PewDiePie did is shitty or not. And after he did it, to come into a video where he cries about his own issues and not highlight the people that he fucked over even a little, and I think you have to admit that even a little, he fucked them over, to not fucking mention them on a video that is going to get a hell of a lot more attention than any fucking tweet he does is wrong. And again, that's the point of this fucking video. Nothing else.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I you know what? I suppose I'll concede because that was actually
you have to. I just beat the shit out of you. You're bloody. I'm fucking Mike Tyson. I fucked you up, son. I went booka bow. And I bit your ear and I spit it in your mouth. You were like, ooh, yeah, it's sexy. And I was like, you like it? You're like, yeah. And I was like, that's kind of creepy. And you're like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah. That's what happened.
Yeah, give me all your 5 inches, Dave.
Hey, 7.5. You know how I know that I'm 7.5? By the way, this is a funny little note, probably in the TMI category. But I swear to Christ, this is 100% true. From the tip of my finger to the bottom of my palm, the tip of this middle finger to the bottom of my palm is 7.5 inches. I've measured it many times. That is the exact size of my penis. I'm just saying, some people might want to know. I'm giving you that information because I am a full service fucking creator. It's what I do.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I feel like a good, reasonable middle ground is like, you ever heard of this man named Big Man Tyrone or something like that?
No.
Basically, it's this guy with like this heavy like Nigerian accent, and like if you pay him, he will like read off anything. Like for one, he posted this video. He said, "You can't stomp the Trump." It's like this really hilarious video. You see, and his channel is based around you paying them to say whatever. So it's the same like these Fiverr guys. I would suggest if PewDiePie were listening,
do you know that their situation is the same though? But
Yeah.
do you know that that guy's situation is the exact same? You don't know if he's in as financial dire straits as those people are, which are reportedly unbelievably fucking poor. And you don't know if he has access to a team or somebody who does know what those words and check and does not put certain things on his channel. We don't know.
No,
that.
he knows. Like he knows because like he said flat out once that he doesn't say the N word. He doesn't say
then
curse
it's a
words,
different
and, like,
conversation.
yeah. No, but now I'm talking about the channel concept. There's this man named Big Man Tyrone. You basically can pay him to say anything, and he'll say with this thick, heavy Nigerian accent. I say that if PewDiePie's listening, the off chance that happens, what should happen is PewDiePie tells them to start a channel, and then he endorses them, and possibly even gains even more subs than what they could have ever gotten on Fiverr. Exposure.
Yeah, but here's the thing: if PewDiePie would have asked him to say the N word, he would have told him to go fuck. So it's not the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's all good. Edgar, I appreciate the call. You have yourself a good night, buddy.
Yeah, I'll fuck off now, man.
Good call. I appreciate it, man. I really do. I like that people want to talk and fucking actually engage and have a discussion about it. I think it's important. And I'm not saying that I'm 100% right because I'm an idiot. But I do think that from moral standards, I don't think there's really much you can poke a hole into what I said if you listen to exactly what I said. If you want to make the argument about something else, then that's a completely different debate. But still, I appreciate the debate, man.
All right.
Have a good night. All right. Edgar Sierra, everybody. Tried to take the argument into a completely different direction, make it about something that I never talked about. But still, that's good. I like that. Fucking bring that shit. Let's talk. Let's have a... Oh, Christ. You know, my life has been so much better for a long time. And one of the reasons is because I haven't had to deal with certain callers. Well, one of them's back tonight. It's Nick the Grip. He's live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, buddy?
Not much, man. See, I was in a good mood. Figured I'd call you. Figured I'd see how you've been. Haven't been on your page in a while.
Right, come on. I don't care how I made you feel. I don't give a shit. What do you got for me? You got something or not, Nick? Come on, Nicky.
Yeah, well, I was having a little bit of a debate down in the chat earlier.
Oh, God.
And my thought is this.
Okay.
Universally, if someone of a certain culture finds something offensive, they too should not be allowed to say whatever it is.
That's a fucking different debate. That's a debate that, okay. Once again, that's a person of a different ethnicity trying to police what another ethnicity is allowed to say about their ethnicity. That doesn't really calculate. That's not how shit works. In a perfect world, if there's a word that universally, which by the way, there is no word that universally offends everybody. But if there were, yes, in a perfect world, maybe those words shouldn't exist. But words do exist, and they absolutely should exist. Because these type of debates, these type of discussions, these type of moral quandaries on a daily basis is what makes life worth living. The struggle of doing something good or doing something bad, of determining for yourself what is good and what is bad, making that decision and living your life according to that fucking standard. That is what life is. It's about growth. It's about learning. It's about developing as a human fucking being. So, I mean, that is the whole purpose of being alive. That and making them ducats and getting pussy, son. Word. You got anything else for me, Nick?
Well, still waiting on our wrestling debate.
Oh, suck it. I've destroyed you in every wrestling debate you've ever tried to have with me, man. And this, Jesus.
No.
Yes, every single one. You're awful. You're just the worst. Gore. Gotcha, motherfucker. Get out of here. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate your call, buddy. Much love. Much love. Hope you guys are having a fun time tonight, man. We're talking about something a little bit different. I think that it's a very good conversation to have, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. Make sure you hit that like button if you've yet to do so. We're having a good time hanging out with our wanging out, and it's good stuff. So I'm enjoying this. It's actually going better than I thought it was. I really did not think it was going to go this well, and I appreciate everybody for being engaging. And remember, we have the instant regret. I don't even know why I'm mentioning it again, because I'm a whore, basically. But I want you guys to have fun with it. If you want to donate to the channel and we get to $100 at any time during the show, we have 10 chocolates on the desk, 4 of which are 6.4 million Scoville unit fucking chocolates. They're going to hurt badly. And the other 6 are regular milk chocolatey goodness that I hope that I get. And if you donate, if we get to $100 in any given show, you get to pick a number, I eat that chocolate, and whatever happens, fucking happens. But until then, let's go ahead and bring in Ken Dog. You're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Hey, so how does my mic sound?
Fan-friggin-tastic. Sound good.
Hell yeah. I mean, that's kind of one of the reasons I just wanted to call to test that, but...
Oh, what the fuck, Ken? You know, that makes me want to punch you right in your vagina. You know that, right? I just want to take your vagina and just slap it and punch it. And not in a good way. Not in, oh, let's see where this goes type of way. No, I want to punish that thing. I want to flick it. I want to flick it hard. You know that. Jesus Christ.
You want to flick my pussy?
Yes, I do. I want to flick your flabby vagina.
Okay, well, I don't know. The whole PewDiePie thing is kind of, I don't know. A lot of people are talking about it, but I kind of wanted to talk about Philip DeFranco when he covered it. Covered the story. All right, so his video today, he says that PewDiePie, I don't know, like calling out the media or whatever and saying that they covered the story wrong or whatever, but he also says that
they did cover it correct.
that PewDiePie had them hold up a sign or whatever that says "Death to all Jews," and then to subscribe to another YouTuber which he disliked.
Yes.
Like he wouldn't say Keemstar.
Yes.
I don't know. That just triggered me for some reason.
No, and it should trigger, not just because you're an intern over there. It should trigger you because it's fucking, it makes, and I didn't, you know, the funny thing is I purposely did not bring that one specific thing up. I didn't bring it up because I didn't want to skew the argument towards a morality of good versus evil on the part. I wanted to try to make it about everything else. But you know what? Since you brought it up, I think that's the last fucking nail in the coffin, isn't it? Because we know that PewDiePie has a problem with Drama Alert. We know he has a problem with Keemstar. So can't we fucking indicate rationally? Can't we think rationally that maybe this was not as innocent as he may have said it was?
Wait, I don't follow you.
What do you mean? You brought the point up.
Like, no, like, what? Sorry about that.
If he got these guys to make that sign with Drama Alert on it, and he doesn't like Drama Alert, doesn't he think that this could adversely affect Drama Alert? So
I don't know. He didn't say Drama Alert. He said Keemstar, but
I thought it was subscribe to Drama Alert. I thought that was what it said.
No, I think it said subscribe to Keemstar.
Oh, well, same difference. But, and Keemstar is Drama Alert. Let's be fair.
Well, yeah. I don't know.
Sorry, Ty Blue. I love you, Ty Blue. I love you.
I don't. But...
What a cock! What a cock!
I'm gonna donate though, so because I want to see you fucking eat one of those chocolates.
You better only be donating like 60 fucking cents, okay? Because
wait, I thought you had to donate like at least $1.
You do, but I mean, I'm just saying, I only get like 60 cents on $1. So.
Well, I usually pay the processing fee just.
Oh, you're a sweetheart.
What you're supposed to do.
What a sweetheart. What a sweetheart.
I'm going to donate the rest of my PayPal, so.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. You have yourself a good night, buddy.
You too.
All right, we're going to take more calls. We're having a good time talking about the PewDiePie and if he's a victim or not. All right, so we're going to continue to take your calls live on Skype. David Vancura, DavidVancura. And, of course, the number 702-751-2902. We're also on Discord, which is in the description box. You can go over to Discord. We're going to take some calls there as well. I see Tommy C from Tommy C's SFTP, my good buddy, he's here hanging out as well. That's nice. Good to see him. Rodlin donated $5. Love your show, Dave. And Melanie, come on, give Dave some. I'm telling you, right? Melanie needs to come on and get that fucking vagina up. That's what I'm saying. Let me open that nuttin'. We are inching closer to taking a chocolate, but we're still like 80 bucks away. So probably ain't gonna happen, and that's completely fine. Let's take another caller, then we'll go over to Discord. After this call, we are coming to Discord next, guys. So stay frothy over there. Mystery Volley, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got? Mystery. Sweetie. I hear me, but I don't hear you, Mystery. I'm going to hang up on your ass. Oh, bye-bye. Ah, fuck. Okay. Mr. Irish donated $100 because he's a cunt. I'm sorry, mate. I'm done now. What a dickhole. That fucking sucks. All right. So as soon as we're done with these callers, we're going to go ahead and start doing that shit. Okay, so let's close out. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to close out Skype because we don't need it anymore. Thank you guys, all the Skype callers tonight. We're going to go over to Discord. Let's make it about Discord. Let's do the guy who decided to punish me. Let's bring him in. Mr. Irish, you donated $100. You're a sack of shit. How you doing? You're live with Dead on Dave. Oh, come on, Irish. Let's go, Irish. Awful. All right. Think about your life choices. Let's bring in another guy into Dave's quiet zone on Discord. Go in there, the waiting call, and then you can come on the show. C-Man, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got? C-Man. C-Man. All right, another guy fucked the pooch there. Let's bring in another person, a good friend of the channel, guy who donated yesterday. Actually, this is not the person I thought it was. Somebody else got up in there. YouTube Drama, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got? I'm starting to think that it might be me. Let's bring in somebody else. Somebody's got to fucking work. Let's see if C-Man got his shit fixed. C-Man, you live? You there?
Oh.
There we go. Okay, it wasn't me. I thought it was me, but it's not. C-Man, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
I don't think it was me either. I literally touched nothing. All I did was disconnect and then come back.
Well, sometimes that's enough. What do you got for me, buddy?
My take on the whole N-word situation, and I'll use the N-word just out of
look, you can use whatever you want. I'm not. I want to make this really clear too. I don't say it because I don't find a fucking need to say it. You know, I understand the connotation that is out there, and I know the type of shit that it can bring my way. Maybe call me a pussy for not saying it. That's completely fucking fine. But I just don't want to deal with the bullshit. It's not a morality thing. Like if I think it's right or wrong, that's fucking irrelevant. I know what it could possibly do to me, so I choose not to fucking say it. Simple as that.
Now, I think there's a generational barrier with that word, because I know for myself personally, I've hung out in groups with black people and we'll throw around a nigga or whatever, but I do agree that the hard ER should very rarely be used. I think joke situations are perfectly fine. Like iDubbbz has the whole everybody knows what he says.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
What's up?
I just want to. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I do want to ask this question. Now, the A and the ER, which some people like, that's the holy grail of all of the argument, right? If you go to certain places, into certain neighborhoods, does it matter if you say that to a black person? If it has an A or an ER, will he still stomp your fucking ass out regardless?
Okay, but you can also say that with the word asshole. If you go out in a random neighborhood, just call someone an asshole.
But that further proves the point, though, doesn't it? That further proves the point that words are going to asshole, N-word, fag, kike, whatever you want to fucking say. And I know it's kind of weird that the one word that I chose not to say, and I did that for the context of this discussion, of course. But it's funny that it doesn't matter what the word is. All words are going to have different. Asshole is enough to fuck somebody up for some people, right?
Oh yeah, but
and that's not right either. That's not right either.
I think it's all context based. It's a case situation. You can't just be black and white about it, in my opinion.
I agree, but that wasn't the point of this conversation. It wasn't the point of the video. It wasn't even PewDiePie's point, because PewDiePie in his video says he adheres to that ideology. He adheres to that logic, and he will no longer say the word. He said it in his own video. So if he adheres to it, and that's who we're talking about, what does the fucking context of the word in any other regard mean? Nothing. It's irrelevant, because it doesn't have anything to do with what we're talking about. I know what you're saying, but it's a conversation that doesn't need to be had right now, because it has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
It kind of does.
No, it. How? What the fuck?
You're talking about the use of the N-word and
no, I'm not. I'm talking about PewDiePie's use of the word and then his defense inside of his video, which he did.
His defense is bullshit.
That's all we're talking about. What the fuck is the title of this video? Wait a second. See, man, I gotta fuck you up now. Is the title of this video? Is the title of this video the connotation or consequences of the N-word? Is it?
No, it's PewDiePie a victim plus live viewer question.
There you go.
Instant regret.
There you go. All right, C man. Thank you very much. Get the fuck out of here.
All right, man.
Get the fuck out of here. Let's bring in Mr. Irish. Hopefully his microphone's working out. Mr. Irish, thank you for donating $100. You're a cunt. You're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Hello.
Hello, mate. What's up? Why do you do that to me, man? Why you want to fuck me up?
Because I want to.
Okay, fair enough. You got anything for me, Irish?
No, just wanted to call and say
this is what I love about you. You don't want to take over any time. You don't want to talk about anything of importance. You want to donate and then call in and laugh at me. How great is that? How great is that? Thank you, Irish. I appreciate it. I'm going to get some other calls and then I will do your... Hey, pick a number, by the way. Which number would you like me to eat?
From 1 to 6?
1 to 10.
6.
6. All right. Gotcha. Thanks, Irish. I appreciate it. Have yourself a good night. Let's bring in more callers. Let's get to Uncle Yogi. You're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Baby.
How you doing?
What are we talking about?
Whatever you want to talk about, honey. It's your time.
Amazing. All right, Dave. I got 2 questions for you.
Shoot.
All right. I've been looking to get interviews for friends and such. So if I would call on you, would you ever say yes to being interviewed?
It all depends. It depends on time, but yeah, probably hit me, slide in my DMs and tell me what you have in mind and we'll talk about it. I appreciate you trying to trap me on my channel while I'm live, but call me up and we'll talk about it.
All right.
Sound good?
All right.
I'm basically taking all interviews right now, so more than likely, yes. But I got to know, are you trying to fuck me? That's what, I mean, literally and figuratively, because I might have a different way of looking at it on either one. You never know. I'm very horny and lonely. I'm lonely and horny.
You know what? You know I always am, Davey.
There you go. What's your second question?
Would you like to join my Discord? It's Rad Lads, and I like you a lot.
Hit me with the link, and I will join the Discord. I can't say I'm going to be very active because I'm hardly active in my Discord, but I'll join your Discord, brother. Sure.
It's like having a badge. You don't have to be active. It's like having a Pokemon you never use.
DM me the link to your Discord, and I'll join it. Okay.
All right, Davey.
All right, buddy. I appreciate your 2 selfish questions. You have a good night.
All right, bye-bye.
2 unbelievably selfish questions. We got another donation. Ken Dog donated $5. Shit, here's my donation. I forgot, even though that you're eating that chocolate anyway. Shout out to Pesky Podcast. Pesky Podcast. There you go. Thanks for being pesky. Let's take another caller. Busy Buck, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got? Busy Buck. Are you there, Busy? Going once. Going twice. Fuck are you. Let's take another caller. Glitch Pro, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
I just wanted to say that I think that a lot of people are trying to fix this Fiverr situation the wrong way. I think everyone's trying to get these guys reinstated, when I think it'd be much better to try to convince PewDiePie to do something himself about it.
Well, yeah, and to his credit, he has the last day he's been tweeting to Fiverr, and that's great, and I'm glad that he's doing that. And I don't know that he's not doing something else. He very well could be. Here's what I do know. He rambled on for 11 minutes today, talking about his own selfish fucking stuff, brought up the situation, but didn't bring up the 2 guys that he had an impact on. So that's where I feel he made a mistake today. He could have made an impact today in that video that will get at least 1 million views. That video is going to get at least 1 million views. He's got the clout to make this happen. He just has to work it.
Would you have had nearly as much of a problem with the video if he had left the Fiverr guys out completely?
What do you mean? Like if he wouldn't have showed him?
If he had just done the N-words part of it.
If
Like,
he had just shown the sign. Oh, you mean the 18 N-word thing that he said, or
yeah,
you talking about
if he only talked about the if you only talked about the news articles that talked about the 18 N-word.
I would definitely be viewing it a little bit differently because I wouldn't be looking at it in the same selfish way. I think the two separate situations, the N-word situation that he did is contextually, if that's a word, completely different in a matter of context than the other one. I think there's a lot more damage. There's actual damage to two physical human beings. The saying of the word N-word, even in a joking manner, is only theoretical damage. It may not damage anybody, or it might like fuck somebody up. The PewDiePie, he said that word, it crippled me. Which is bullshit at the end of the day, but still, it does matter to the person who's affected that way. So, but that's theoretical. We don't know how people feel, but we do know that the physical damage that he did to two individuals on Fiverr, that transpired. So because he did put that in the video, it changes how the video is looked at. If it's not there, I think it's a different video, and I probably don't even fucking think about it.
If people didn't react to the Fiverr thing, do you think PewDiePie would have felt bad about it?
No, I don't. And I don't think Felix a bad guy or anything. No, I just don't think that he would because like he said a couple times in the video, that's his humor. He thinks that's funny. It's why he did it. He thought that it would be funny and shocking if somebody actually did something completely fucking insane. His reaction when he saw it was not one of, yeah, it was, oh my fucking God, they actually did it. Because he understood how it was going to be taken. But it was hilarious to him. That makes it a selfish fucking motivated thing to do, which inherently I don't have a problem with as long as you own it. Own it later. All right. Ooh, I got to bring in Tommy.
Selfish?
It's very selfish.
If everyone else laughed, is it really selfish?
But that's the thing. Not everyone else laughed. I mean, that's that.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
You know, that's the thing. If the whole world just laughed with him, then there wouldn't be a problem, would there?
No.
All right.
I laughed.
So did I. I thought it was funny as fuck. I just wish he'd own it. Glitch, you have yourself a good night. Let's bring in my good buddy, a dude who has not been on this channel in a fucking long time. Mr. Irish just donated $1, by the way. Thank you very much. He says, Tommy, fight me, old man. And he's speaking to the guy who's here right now. Tommy C, what's up, buddy?
Well, Irish comes in and doesn't talk. What a shock.
Yeah, I know, right? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I don't know even why I made him like an OG member of my site. Because like he comes in there and he'll sit there. He's like, you know, he's like, I don't know, like a goldfish. That's what he reminds me of.
That's right.
He's Irish. Well, what are you talking about?
I don't know. I know. Apparently, the context of the N-word. Apparently, that's what people are hearing.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Jesus.
Last 3 calls.
It's so not what we're talking about.
You know, I really think because we talked about this a little offline. The bottom line is this: he took those guys' business away.
Yep.
For a joke that he played.
I'm not sure anybody can hear you very well because your audio is registering very, very low. But I know probably because you're getting yelled at.
What about now? What about
better?
No,
better.
what about? Well, okay, yeah, okay. So it's my volume on my computer. That's the problem. All right. No, I think. What the fuck was I talking about? No, I think the bottom line is these two men, their business, has been destroyed by PewDiePie's joke.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really have a problem with any of Pootie's references to free speech, and I do think context is important.
Sure,
but it was important. But what you're talking about is his goof, his joke got people hurt financially. Now it'd be the equivalent of like it's fun to throw snowballs at cars. I love doing it, but somebody can get killed.
Sure,
doing that. That's why that shit's illegal, and that's why freaking parents flip out when their kids do it, and that's why that's just the way it goes. You throw a snowball at cars. And it could cause an accident, and that's
got to suffer the consequences.
I mean, he literally threw a snowball at a car and said, like, Jesus Christ, you guys are all criticizing, the way I throw snowballs.
You didn't like the spin that I put on it? I don't understand. What's the problem? I fucking, that was a split finger fastball. What the fuck? No, it's ridiculous.
I like to put my foot up Mr. Irish's ass.
I do think the entire thing's interesting with PewDiePie, though. It's funny to me because he says it multiple times in the video that he did it for his own entertainment. It's just something that he thought was funny, but his own reaction to when it happened was shock and awe. He couldn't believe that it actually happened because he knew how it would be taken. And that's the way I look at it. I don't say the N-word. I don't say that because I know how it could affect me adversely. I understand that it could affect somebody adversely, and maybe that should matter more to me, but it doesn't, because at the end of the day, that's their fucking problem. But guess what? A whole bunch of people unsubbing me, that affects me. And as a business person, I have to keep that in mind. So I don't say it.
Yeah, I don't know if I blame you or not. It says a real. The reality is, you're right. But
I could be a pussy. Yeah, I mean, you can call me a pussy for that. I don't care.
It's like,
I'll take it.
It's not even a pussy, but I feel like a baby.
I get it.
Like I say N-word, N-word, N-word. Like I don't know. You know me. Like I did it. Obviously I did it 2 weeks ago, but that is not a part of my vernacular.
No.
I mean, in my regular life, because I grew up in New Jersey, if you said something like that, somebody might kill you. I mean, like they're gonna ask you the fucking context of it either. So in that case, I don't think it's just a reality.
Excuse me, sir. Can you tell me the context of what you meant? Did you say the A or the ER? No, they're not. They're not asking. They're fucking you up.
The ER. How about I just beat the shit out of you? How about that for a white boy?
Get out of here, cracker. You just called me. Shut up, honky.
I wish that guy next to somebody put my Twitter, the guy next door that banged it during my
Yeah, what happened? Did he scream this time?
He screamed this time. He rang the doorbell and ran away. So we still don't know who it is. We don't know if it's we're pretty sure.
Why won't you just go talk to people? Just go have the conversation.
Well, here's the truth. We don't know if it's downstairs or it's upstairs. And the guy is fucking, and not only that, when I got the new computer delivered, right? He was outside, so I thought maybe this might happen. He just saw the computer I had and didn't say anything. We both got deliveries at the exact same time. So we still honestly don't know where it is. And we're, I'm in like a German house, so it's like, they're not gonna fucking do it.
No.
She's not gonna talk to him, and I'm not gonna talk to him because I can't speak the language.
Sure.
So it's just the way it's going to be.
Cops are gonna come eventually, and that's gonna be awkward.
Yeah.
I love that he ding dong ditched you. What a way to handle it.
I'm pretty much here. B-Star. I want to play King of the Kill with somebody.
Well, if you want to play King of the Kill, is it King of the Kill or King of the Hill? I don't know.
King of the Kill.
If you want to play King of the Kill on H1Z1 with the one and only Tommy C, go hit him up. Where can they find you?
I don't know. What the fuck is Steam?
Steam.
Well, what's my Steam account? I think it's Tommy C.
It might be Tommy C.
It's got a picture of me looking like I'm taking a shit under my camera.
You know what sucks? If I get 66 more bucks in this stream, I've got to take 2 of these fucking chocolates, and I'm not sure what is what.
How much money are you doing this for?
$100, and here's how it works. I've got 10 chocolates, right? 4 of them are 4.6 million Scoville unit pepper chocolates. The other 6 are just regular, ordinary chocolates. So if people want to donate $100, they get to pick a chocolate, and I eat the motherfucker. They get to pick a number, and I got them wrapped individually. And Mr. Irish already did it, and he picked number 6, so I will eat number 6 here shortly, and I am terrified, dude.
Well, what's gonna happen if you do that? I don't understand. Like, what's the big deal? Why are you being such a pussy?
Fuck you. Have you ever eaten a goddamn... You haven't even eaten a Carolina Reaper, man.
Well, I do think this thing is all blown out of proportion here. I think you make I
Okay.
think you just make a big deal out of it.
Okay. Well, why don't you get on a train, come here tomorrow, and we'll do a show.
Oh, I don't. And you're gonna try to eat? You're gonna try to
just eat one.
Is that what you're
No,
doing?
you don't need money. Just eat one because it's no big deal. Fuck you! Shot from the point. Was that you? You son of a bitch!
I got you, motherfucker.
Fuck, dude.
Eat that shit.
Now I got to do 2 of them. I'm gonna do them as soon as we get off of here.
Last thing.
Yes, sir.
This is kind of serious. It's not me doing my act, right? It was $60 or 600. I hope I typed the number.
No, it was 60. I'd be making a different sound if it was 600.
Okay. Is something going on with Cronin? Because I've seen a lot of Cronin's better in the chat. Like,
just typical stuff.
Does that happen? Has it never stopped happening?
I got a couple of people who come in here every now and then and do it. It's no big deal.
Are you kidding me? So it's like a year later, it still happens?
Oh yeah, fanaticism, man. You talked about it on your show earlier. Clown brought it up, and I brought it up several times. Fanaticism's a motherfucker, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess. Leaping Lizard. Maybe he wants to play King of the Kill with me. All right, go to.
Hey, pick a number before you go. What number you want to pick?
2.
2. All right, so 2 and 6. 2-6, motherfucker. That was the name of my first goddamn infantry company I was in.
2-6 infantry.
2-6 infantry.
I think that's
Fuck.
why I said it, because you talk about 2-6 a lot.
I do. All right.
That's probably why I did it.
Tommy, I appreciate
All
you
right,
calling in, man. Because when
I'm
Tommy
going
C
away on
calls in,
Discord. I want to play. I want to play King of the Kill with somebody.
Sweet.
So meet me in my Discord. Peace.
meet Tommy C in his Discord. See you later, Tommy. All right, that's gonna do it as far as calls tonight. I appreciate everybody who's been here. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Let me bring in Xanta real quick because I think I didn't really was able to get to him last night. So Xanta, you're the final caller tonight, buddy. What you got? You're live with Dead on Dave.
Well, an honor. Well, one of the main things is I do have some insight on Fiverr, as I sell a lot of my products there.
Okay.
On Fiverr. So a lot of people who do use Fiverr, they're quite, a lot of them are quite poor. They can't actually get their service out there to many people. So Fiverr is just their platform of trying to get it out to as many people as possible and build a customer base. So what PewDiePie has done is really shitty. It's just taken their entire business or potential livelihood, because I did some research on them and they were like level 1 sellers, so they're like in the top 10% of people who use Fiverr.
Yeah.
So he's taking a lot of money away from them.
Sure. That's damaging. And you know what? I'm wondering if it could be a lawsuit. I'm wondering. I don't think so because
That's the potential there.
I'm thinking probably not, because at the end of the day, you have to do due diligence to anything that you post. And the fact is they didn't. So it probably would get thrown out. But that doesn't change the fact that it's still a shitty thing to do from PewDiePie. And he should be doing a hell of a lot more. I don't know that he's not, to be fair. I don't know that he's not. Maybe he's on the phone with Fiverr right now. I have no fucking idea. All I know is today.
He's been there for a while. Fiverr customer service is shitty.
What I do know is that for 11 minutes, he talked about himself and glossed over that situation when he could have brought them up and made it very, very public. Could have done it, chose not to.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah, that is a huge problem, especially if it's going to affect someone's livelihood, especially someone like a level 1 seller. They're going to be...
Agreed.
I think it was level 1 or level 2, which is like, you're in the top 10% of people who use Fiverr. So they were making a hell of a lot of money.
They were doing okay, and now they're not. So, all right, Xanta, I got to eat these damn chocolates, and I'm not happy about it. You have yourself a good night. Fuck, this sucks. All right, buddy.
All right.
Take it easy, Xanta. Thank you to everybody who called in tonight. I appreciate everybody. I see Sweaty Jockstrap, Busy Buck, Brace 110, Critical Point, Ken Dog, Super Rising Sun. Thank you, everybody who called in. You guys are awesome. And it was great. But we got to get going here because SmackDown's going to be starting soon. So we've got to eat. Well, let's see here. What do we have? 198 motherfuckers. We're at 198 according to my tally here. 10 donations, $198. 6 by Guncannon, 60 from Shaw from the Point. Glitch Pro donated 5. Mr. Irish donated 1. Ken Dog 5. Mr. Irish 100. Roadland 5. Dossert 1. JB 5. D Rock 10. That is all of the things that happened tonight. So we're actually $2 short. So we're only doing 1. We're only doing 1, and that is the number 6 by Mr. Irish. Oh my God. Okay, I don't want to do this. I so don't want to fucking do this. This is going to suck shit. Number 6. My wife wrapped them. You can see it there. Oh my God. Okay. No, I'm not doing 2 chocolates. I'm only doing 1. I'm only doing 1. All right. I'm not even going to look because there is a star on 6 of them because the regular chocolate had a star on it. So, all right. Fuck you, Guncannon. Eat motherfucking shit. All right, there you go. All right, now we're doing 2. Oh, God. Oh, I can't. I don't even want to see it. Oh, what the fuck did she do? I can't open this fucking thing. All right. And donated $2. Get wrecked. Ah, it's a star. It's regular. Ah, I'm safe. 1 down. That was number 6. Tommy chose number 2. I already have a feeling that this is one. Because it's smaller, and they were smaller. This worries me. Just do it. Just do it. Don't look. Just oh, it is. Oh, it is. Oh, it's instant. I got a bowl. I got a bowl. I'm gonna barf. I'm gonna barf. I'm gonna barf. That's a bad idea, but I needed something. Oh my God. Oh, that's instant agony. It's so disgusting too. It is gross as fuck. Oh. Oh. Oh my God, it's like it's tunneling. It's tunneling. It feels like it's tunneling up my fucking throat and out my mouth. It's so different than a pepper. Oh my God, it's a concentrate. It's so different than a fucking pepper. Oh my God, this is a completely, it's down my fucking throat. Oh my God. Oh God. Oh my God, why does my head itch? Oh, I'm gonna fucking puke. When I drink water, it sparkles. It feels like I'm eating Pop Rocks. Oh, this is a different experience. This is so different than anything else I've ever done. 6.4 million Scoville units. This is a different, and my head itches. What, am I allergic? Am I red? I feel like I'm breaking out in fucking hives. Why does my head itch? Oh my God. This feels so fucking different than a goddamn fucking Reaper. But it doesn't have the same type of like stabbing. Like a Reaper, when you do a Reaper, it's a stabbing fucking pain that engulfs your entire mouth. And when you... when you breathe, it heightens it. This feels, because it's concentrated, it feels like it's inside of your tongue, like, and it's leaking out. This is fucking awful, man. This is a horrible fucking experience. I'm fucking sweating like a goddamn cunt. A cunt in church. Oh, someone who sucked a lot of dick and then went to fucking church. Oh, fuck. This is fucking bad. And now it's getting into my stomach. I don't swallow Reapers. Oh, the spit is thick too. This is... Oh. And if the fucking extra 100 wouldn't have came in, I would have only done the one, and it was fucking safe. So we're 1-1. We're 1-1 tonight. Oh. Oh my God, there's bile. What is that? That is, something else is happening. Something else is happening. There's a new flavor sensation is happening. And it's like bile. It tastes like bile. It tastes like bile. Ooh. It tastes like fucking bile. I don't know what I should do. I don't know if I should drink milk. I don't know what I should do. I don't know what to do with this. This is different. This is different. This is a goddamn concentrate. This is different. Oh my God. Oh, I'm going to throw it. I'm going to puke. I'm not fucking puking on camera, son. I'm not fucking puking on camera. Oh my God. This is fucking horrendous, man. All right. All right. All right. Okay. Now my mouth is drying up. Now there's no more spit. Oh, fuck. All right. That's it. That's it. Thank you guys. We're done. I'm out. Thank you guys so much. Oh. This is so different than a pepper. This is so fucking different than a pepper. This is horrendous. Oh, it's so disgusting. Fuck. Thank you guys very much for joining me right here. I forgot the name of my channel. For joining me right here on Dead on Day Productions. I hope you guys enjoyed it. For those of you who are here for the PewDiePie stuff, I hope you enjoyed that. And for those who just came here to watch the world burn, I hope. Whew. Oh, this is fucking horrible. All right. I'm done. Thank you guys very much. We'll see you next time right here on Dead on Day Productions. We should be doing SmackDown tonight unless I cannot. If I cannot, I think you can understand. This sucks. It is so bad in my stomach. Thank you guys very much for joining us right here on Dead on Day Productions. Like, subscribe, and share. Check out everybody that's going. I can't do plugs. I'm out. Goodbye. See you guys later. Keep it copious. If you don't have talent, have fucking talented friends. Oh, I gotta go. Goodbye. Ooh, fuck everybody. Mr. Irish Tommy C, eat my balls. Oh my God. I'm gonna throw up.